Hey guys, welcome to another video. This one's going to be for Mistfall Hunter. It's a new extraction game where basically you zone into an area, you do some PvE along the way, get loot, run into other players, get to PvP them and steal all their stuff, of course, if you're able to kill them. And then from there, you just want to get an extraction. But it is a ton of fun, a lot of melee, spell casting, like arrows for range, things like that. Let's go ahead and just get to the character screen, then I'll show you all the classes that are available at this time. First, you're going to have the Mercenary, and they have two options. You basically can use a hammer and smash people, or you go sword and board. Next, you're going to have the Sorcerer, and there are a lot of crowd control, range casting, things like that. Can be great in trios. Also, if you just like that kind of play style with crowd control, that'll be for you. Next, you're going to have the Black Arrow. They are basically just archers, a little bit of stealth, scouting, and a lot of options. This is going to be Shadowstrix, which I play. It's the equivalent of a rogue. You have two options. Either you go kind of stealthy with burst, or you go dual blade, where you just run around and just, dual blade attack as many things as you can. And lastly, you're going to have the Seer. They have one role that's the utility, where you can do heals, shields, things like that, or a blasphemer, where they are basically a damage seer and can do, AoE brambles for slowing, things like that. But the character that I happen to play so far will be the rogue, and I play like a stealth burst, just because I do enjoy the PvP aspect of this, kind of sneaking around, see what I can do. When you enter the game, you just start off in your camp. And there's tons of different things here that, you can upgrade, and they all have different benefits for each one. First thing that we're going to start with will be over at the goddess statue. And at this goddess statue, it'll be over here. Once you click on it, you can kind of like upgrade stuff. Basically, each one of these little things has an upgrade that you can do, and it increases what happens. Right here, this one increases your Springhorn healing, which in every game you can press R 3 times to do an instant heal as opposed to a slow heal. This will be your Gildan Blood pool. This basically just increases the amount of gold you can get out of the game with, as well as your character limit. Once you get to level 2, you can actually upgrade a second character to max level just for gold. And this will be your typical auction house, where you can buy all your weapons, you can buy all your armor, all your items for construction, as well as crafting your gear. So if you need, maybe one item just to upgrade your forge or your auction house, whatever it is you're trying to upgrade at that time, you can come here and just buy it from other players if you need to. And they can definitely get very expensive. So it's a benefit to hold on to them whenever you do find them in the game. If you have extra, you can always sell them for extra gold, so you can buy the, specific pieces that you need. There will be a bunch of treasure keys. I'll explain that a little more later. Next part of this will be a workshop. This will be your forge and repair. With the forge, you initially start off with just gray stuff you can make. As you upgrade it further and further, you can go ahead and see at the top left, there's green, blue, purple, and gold. That'll be the quality of items that you can make. So if you're just trying to run in, with greens for chaos, you can get them here. You can do blues. Right now, my forge isn't high enough that I can make purple or gold yet. But eventually, you can make these amazing items. Sooner or later, I'll get to see some of the legendaries myself. Yeah, you can come in here and just repair your equipment. You lose a little bit of durability with each game you play. Next will be your shop. Initially, you'll see it'll just be all gray items like this. And you'll get your health potions here for each game, as well as your premium shop. Once you start leveling, you can get all kinds of different stuff in there, greens to blues, stuff like that. Selling's nice and simple. In an exchange here, you can trade in different craftable items that you have here for other pieces that you need. This is your upgrade here. You can just see in the bottom right, you can upgrade it. Next time I upgrade it, I'll see excellent items, which would be blue items inside the shop. Here will be my warehouse, where I've gotten a ton of stuff stockpiled. I don't really throw anything away, so I just hold on to it. Eventually I clearly need to clear this out. But I always keep an extra set or two of gear in here in case I need it, if I'm going into chaos, or if I just want to play with a little bit better gear in the regular mode. And some of these items here you can see, sell for 8,000 gold, things like that. Next, you'll see your victory wine. There's 4 different kinds here. Each one adds additional affixes to it. So the first one's free, and it has 2 affixes that you can add. The next one, you have a cost to make it, but it gives you 4, and then so on and so forth. This one will give you 6, also cost stuff. And the final one, you can get 8 affixes, which also cost like material to actually use. And then you'll just have your inventory here. As you can see, I don't really have anything crazy on. This will be your skill tab. Once you get into here, it'll show both my weapons. As a rogue, I get to use 2 separate weapons, and with that, I get 2 separate weapon skills. So you'll see I have 2 weapon skills here just from the dagger. And these are all the additional ones that you can pick from, things like that. So you really get an option to kind of just make whatever build you want. And then second will be my dual blades. And from here, each one of these will be, your abilities that come with the dual blades at the top, and then your weapon skills below. Next, we'll hop into the talents. There's typically anywhere from like 3 to 4 pages, depending on what class you're playing. And you get talent points where you can put these in. So as you level up, you'll get more and more talent points to just put these in there as you go along. Make sure you're reading all these. There's tons of different ones. You can do creative builds with specific abilities that you enjoy the most. Right now I have one that I've been running for basically the entire time. Next part I'll show you will be the leaderboard. This will be for kills, guild and blood obtained, monster slain, things like that. I dropped down to 54. I've been in the top 6 or 7 for the past couple of days, but yesterday I didn't get a chance to play it all, so now I got some catching up to do at this point. And then next you'll see your camp. So this is just an overall page that shows the level of each one of your things inside of your camp, as well as what the materials are to upgrade those. You'll run over to that specific thing and upgrade it there. You can't do it from the screen. Next will be your tasks. And these will all be basically your quests. You'll have your story quests that you can go through. And each one of these typically will give you some items from it, from completing them. Your daily investigations. These are all, of course, just daily things that you can do in order to get extra items. Your weekly ones, which typically have a little bit better rewards, as you can see at the bottom. These are blue as opposed to gray or green. And your training. Lastly, you'll see your menu. I highly recommend going here into your settings, into game, and then Autosort warehouse down here. That way, each time you open up your warehouse, it will auto-sort it for you instead of having to press R each time. And then next, let's go over your inventory screen. So up here at the top, this is your tactical item inventory where, throwing daggers, like napalm things, your spirit, your healing pots, all kinds of items that you can basically use inside of the game will be here for your toolbar. And those will be 2, 3, 4, and 5 that you can use throughout the game. And then you'll see your inventory here. This is all stuff that I picked up from a game. Since I don't need any of it, I'll probably just end up selling it. But your keychain is huge. This is something that you can put keys in for extra loot in certain areas. Like this one's Abyssal Reach, you'll see in gold there. It kind of explains where you can use it at, so you do have to do a little bit of searching for it as well. And in the bottom of that, keyware 1 out of 4. That means I've used it 3 times already, and there's 1 more chance to use it. This will stay in your inventory through death, so you can put both keys there. Next, you'll see Pip's Pouch. So I have a rare one currently where I can hold 3 instead of 1. But when you start, you gotta have 1 slot. So as you can see down here in the bottom, there's 1 slot where while I'm in a game, I can put, a valuable item up to 2,000 gold. Because I have this better one, I can put 3 items here up to 10,000 gold. So if you're playing on Chaos and you get some really nice things, you want to stick them in there. Next, you'll see my 2 weapons, my dagger, my dual blades. That's where I have the 2 separate skills from. So my dagger, once again, will give me these 2 abilities here. And then my dual blades will give me these 2 abilities. And I can switch back and forth to use all 4 of these abilities on separate cooldowns. Next will be the Gildan Jar. So this is where all the gold that you find during the game will be held. And once you extract, you can have up to 350 in that one because of upgrades. And that'll be for your bell. Next, you'll see on all these items, there's affixes, range, smiting, swift, curse, range, things like that. So if you want to go really hardcore, basically, you'll look up affixes and try and figure out which ones you want. And then try and find gear with the respective thing. On the right side here, you'll see your attack, your defense, your health, and all of these items have, attack on them, health, things like that. This will be your basic attributes where it kind of goes into a breakdown of everything as far as, for me, energy recovery, what my physical damage addition is, my critical damage, defense penetration, all kinds of useful stats for seeing where you are as far as damage goes with the affixes that you have. And then here you can see all the affixes that I have. A lot of these are pretty useless for me just because I'm throwing on random gear. Like range, that's not going to help me at all unless I get hit and then running on someone. But you can kind of cycle through these and get an idea of what each one does. So as you play more and more, you'll keep an eye out for specific ones that you want to use. And if you want to see them a little bit more in detail, it'll show you which pieces of gear are giving those to you. That way, when you are going crazy on it, you can try and figure out which ones you need to swap out. Now, if you want to be able to just read all these, you can go over here to the Victory Wine lady, click on her, and then she will show you recommended ones that most people would use for that class. But depending on your build, you might want to make it your own, switch it up some. So you can go through here and see what all the attack ones are, what kind of benefits they give to you specifically. And then there's, of course, defense. So these are all things that make you a little bit stronger to the point where when you're getting attacked, you take a little bit less damage, maybe mitigate it, things like that. And then the functional tab will be a lot of utility. So that's your casting speed, skill cooldown, your charge distance, maximum energy, movement speeds, dodge, all kinds of things like that. So there's a lot of different things you can add in as far as affixes go, and it leaves it up to you to have a little bit of creativity with it. And once again, on the right side here, you can see all the affixes that you have. Alright, so next what we're going to do is check out the actual queuing system. So there's going to be normal intensity and chaos. As you can see up here at the top, chaos gives you much better items than a normal. Normal is where everyone's going to start off at. And you're going to play that for a while, collect resources, collect gear from mobs, things like that. To do chaos, you do have to have full green gear, including your rings, your necklace, your weapons, everything. So once you've accumulated enough of that stuff, you can make a full set and then try out chaos. You can also do trio or solo mode. Trio mode, you can join by yourself and autofill the team if you want, or just run it at 3-sec. There's 3 servers, North America, Asia, and EU. I'm in North America, so I will play that one with the best ping. But yeah, basically you're going to look at these two, figure out what your gear is, see what you're capable of. Next, we'll go ahead and go into my build. If you do want to play a Shadowstrix and enjoy this kind of gameplay, this will be a great build to do for stealth. This first attack is Shadow Wheel Slash. This is a 3-part combo where if you land all the hits, you'll do a ton of damage. Next will be Flash Stride. That's great for closing the distance or getting away. You'll see Crow Storm up next, where it's basically a ranged AoE, and Smoke Bomb. So with this, if you're in trouble, you can always use this to get out. These will be the talents I run. They boost my stealth speed and my damage when I get out of stealth. This one will increase my physical damage on a player, and it stacks up to 5 times. These will all be for stance recovery from using my specific abilities, which are listed there. This will be for increased movement speed when I hit somebody, and then increased movement speed for closing the distance. These will both increase my 3-part combo by slowing them, as well as the next part will increase my light damage after using that. So if I'm getting additional attacks in after using that ability, they will do more damage as well. And that would be all the talents that I use for the specific build. Next, we can go ahead and just queue up. So when you try and queue up, if you don't have health pods or have not drank any wine yet, it'll tell you, or even if you have items in your inventory still, it'll let you know that you should go drop those off in your stash. So I typically like to run with a lot of health pods because you never know how long the game's going to go or how many people you're going to run into. My normal is anywhere from 12 to 15 that I start off with. If you had just died, it'll give you 9 for free, so you just need a couple extra. And I'll come over here and drink my free wine, get 2 additional affixes out of that, and from there I should be ready for battle. And then you can go ahead and just press J again, go back to Q, hop into normal. Right now I think I just have some random like greens and grays I found from my last game that I had played 2 days ago. I typically don't spend a lot of time trying to get crazy gear. I was going for leaderboards, so I would go into most games with just grays on and not be too scared about anything. Depending on your ability and stuff, you can still kill a lot of players. I try and save most of my greens and blues and stuff like that for when I do go into chaos mode. That way you already have a full set ready to go. Once you load in, you're always going to start in a little room here, either by yourself or with your trio. You'll want to press map and take a look at everything. You can kind of see where you are on the map, what's around you. Each one of these red areas is typically like a group of mobs that are harder with some better loot in them. These will be your quests that are scattered throughout, and they give great items from that. And then this will be your soul tree. These are available for like 10 minutes, I believe, from the start of the game. It's a free way to extract, so it's great if you don't want to wait for a bell to show up. And then your chest. Each one of these purple chests will have great items in them as well. Typically any blues, purples, things like that. When I start a game, I usually try and head towards one of these chests, and I'll pick up any quests along the way that I can, because you'll find players competing for these chests. So not only can you get some fights in, but you'll also get some great loot out of it. So right now, I'm just going to start heading towards that first chest. I have a quest right here that I can pick up along the way.
Good luck.
And then right now, I look at where the quest is, and it happens to be towards the chest I'm going to anyways, so I'm going to continue that way. Right here, I see a player. I'm going to go invisible and start the fight with him. He misses me with his Crow Storm, so I should be able to get an opening on him. I completely whiff it, and there we go. So the fight has begun. Now we're going at it, using our abilities. That's part of my 3-part combo there. He's pushing into me. I evade him by just sidestepping, get a little drink from my R off, and then pop my combo on him. As you can see, I did my 3-part combo and then my range slash to get that distance closed on him. I usually just loot health pods if they don't have anything good on them. I don't need a lot of the like consumables and the craftable items at this point, so I'll leave those. But when you're starting off, you'll definitely want to pick up as much stuff as you can. Now I'm keeping an eye on where I need to go. I want to go to this chest, so I'm going to keep heading there. I don't really need to kill all these mobs because I'm already level 12 and I don't need a lot of the loot from them. But you'll probably end up killing all this stuff along the way. No point not to. You'll get gold, you'll get stuff to craft with, things like that. And then you'll have all kinds of different mobs throughout here. Big mobs, small mobs, all of them have different abilities that they use. The sword guy can be a pain if you're melee. For some reason, he seems to hit behind him most of the time, so you'll try and dance around him and still just get crushed. Make sure you're using your health pods as much as possible. Like I said, I come in here with typically 12 to 15, and I will always keep my health as far up as I can, just in case you do happen to run into an enemy. You can hear footsteps from a while away, so always be wary of what's happening. This will be the first purple chest. So as you click on it, it'll show you mobs you have to kill in order to unlock this. So I'll head over here, kill the first guy real quick. I just saw the next one's going to be upstairs. And I'll go ahead and head that way, grab this little chest along the way. That blue head that was just right there with an AoE around it, you can cancel all those just by hitting them with like a throwing dagger or any ranged attack. I'll go ahead and kill the second guy right here. Now that chest will be unlocked. You can loot all these mobs. As you can see, it'll have green gear. That one's not for me, but if I was a mercenary, you know, I'd be slapping that on real quick if I only had a gray on. Let's head over to the chest, see what we get out of this. Nice, we got 2 unidentified items. These are typically going to be purple or orange items, which are great. And I have that Pips pouch with 3 slots, so I can put both of those in there in case I do die. I still get to leave with them. This is just a teleporter. You can teleport over, hop on a lift. I know my quest is right here. I'm going to go ahead and clear these mobs out along the way. And then next you'll see I'm attacking a lot right here, doing a lot of evades, using all my abilities and stuff. You'll see my stamina in the bottom go down. Once I turn pink like that, I'm out of stamina and can't do anything until midway through there again. So you don't want to run into that circumstance when you're in like a big fight or fighting other players, things like that.
Just as I
This
foresaw.
quest got completed. Now I'm able to loot it. This one only had blues and a green in it. So nothing crazy, but you know, it's still worth it early on in the game. And as you can see here, I picked up a green helmet, so I didn't have one on at all. These are all just like items that you find along the way, things like that. So I have an option early on. If I'm a new player, I have these purple items in my inventory, some pretty good stuff. You can see the circles around this giant area right here. And the yellow hasn't really started to come in yet, but I would like to continue onwards in that circle, just knowing where I'm going. So as a new player, if you already have these purples early on and some gear, you probably want to head towards a soul tree. This is one of the ways to extract that is going to be free. It's on the map, easy to see, and one person can use that each game in order to get out. So right now, because of the loot I have, I'm like, alright, well, I'll go ahead and just head there, extract with this stuff. Might as well at this point. There's no point losing something that, you know, early on you can upgrade your camp with, which can be huge for you. Like I mentioned earlier with the goddess statue, your R will increase the amount of healing it does each time you upgrade it, so it's fantastic to do early on, just so you're getting, instead of 20% increase, you're getting 35, 45, things like that. The aggro range on these mobs isn't terrible, so you can kind of sneak by a lot of them. If you don't want to have to fight them, you know, waste health pods, things like that, you can go ahead and just skip past a lot of these. Once again, that's another little bit harder mob, so I know I don't have a ton of healing. I've already used a couple here. I already fought one person, had to use one of my R heals out of the 3. I'll go over here and just kind of check out what's going on in the prison. I hear footsteps in here already, so I know someone's here fighting. This is going to be a seer. I'm invisible already. I'm ready to get an opening off. I missed the first strike, missed the third strike, but hit the second. So she's going to go ahead and pop a shield on, drop a ward. These wards will attack and things like that, so it's best not to just go in there and fight her. There's no reason to take additional damage from something that doesn't even move. You can back out, reset, let them deal with the mobs, go back in when you're ready. I hear a second foot of steps here, so I'm a little wary on what I want to do. I'll go ahead and just attack her a little bit. get some damage put on them, try and get them to waste some of their R heals. And I know she's got a shield on, she's got double wards, I'm taking damage. There's no point in me staying in there and just taking additional damage for no reason. This second player is moved in now. It's an archer, and they can do a ton of damage from range, as you'll see in just a second. I go invisible, get another opening done, get some damage done, run out of stamina, and I'm just getting picked off right now. You can see my health bar dwindling in the bottom. I know that the best thing for me to do right here would be just reset. There's a second player somewhere around here watching us probably. I don't want to get caught between the two of them and picked off. Once again, I got my health back up a little bit. They're dropping wards. I can see the ward is there and she's fighting outside of it. So I move in just a little bit to get more damage and force heals out of them. Hopefully they'll run out of those so that I can keep going and continue this 2v1. The archer's slowly moving in right here on the seer. So I'm going to go ahead and invisible again, take a fight. I get hit by a magic bolt to waste it out of my invisibility. This person's so low, they pop an R heal and continue moving away. I know that seer's above me. I'm going to pop a health pot, pop my last R heal that I have. And now I know that I need to play extremely conservative. I don't have a quick heal or anything like that. I'm going to rely on health pots to slowly heal me back. I'm going back to put more damage on this seer. Both wards are down. I'm not going to waste my time doing a bunch of damage and fighting here. I see the archer creeping up on that step right there. I don't want to get picked off by that. There's no problem resetting, taking your time in a fight, especially when there's two people. Oh, I try and get an opening here. Completely whiff it. Like, alright, well, that ability's down for a couple more seconds. I'm going to go ahead and just hide here, listen to footsteps, kind of see where they're going. I see that seer's down the hallway over there. I don't have eyes on this archer. And that archer's damage was very strong. I have to assume that they have pretty good gear on if they were taking my whole health pool and just 2 shots with a bleed. This whole time I'm keeping an eye on the top right. The map circle's closing in on here. I know eventually that's going to have to change and I'll have to move. I'm going to sit here and regen some health. Go back invisible. Start scouting out what's going on. Seer's over here by themselves. Archer's over here. Run straight into me. I can get an opening off on them. Get a little bit of damage. She shoots me, knocks me back. And once again, look at this bleed damage. My health is just getting absolutely tanked by them. You have to assume that they're probably in a lot better gear than you if they're doing that much damage. So there's no point in just, rushing in and seeing what happens. I'll stick back, heal up a little bit, keep an eye on the situation, try and find both these players. I can hear the seer up there above me, and the archer's down that hallway to the left. I'll go ahead and just sit here for a minute. Like I said, just regen. There's the seer up top there. Looks like she's alone, not being attacked. I'm going to go invisible again, make my way up there towards them. They're probably running low on Rs at this point, so now's my chance to try and get some damage in. I don't want to give the archer time to see what's happening here, so I'm going to just rush in, get some attacks done, close the distance, get another attack in, continue going towards them, and bam. Seer's dead. One other player's left. My health got a little bit taken off a bit, so I'm going to drink another pot here, LOS them, open this door for a distraction, come back around this side. I'm waiting on my invisible, 8 seconds left on that to happen. I can't really tell exactly where they are. I mean, I can hear the footsteps and everything, and there we go. I see them again. I'm going to go invisible, try and get a good angle on this person for a good opening and fight. And here we go. They're using a small invisibility, so I continue to follow them right here. I'm going to get a chance for an opening, big opening, a lot of damage. 3 parts of my combo hit out of 3. So that's a ton of damage. Right here I can use my gap closer on them. And they're out of stamina, so they can't really run. Now's a great chance for me to use the rest of the 3-hit combo again and knock them out. As you can see here, this person was running almost full blue gear. That's why those archer bullets were just hitting me so hard. Like you were seeing, it would be 2 shots and that bleed would take me down to 25%. I'll go ahead and pick all this up. If you want to play an archer one day or something, there's no reason not to just grab this gear. You'll use it eventually. You can put it in your stash for another time. Your stash is shared between all your characters. I always pick up all the rings and amulets just because they're just useful to have, you know. It's another gear set for you. Greens. You can craft all your greens pretty easily, but, you know, at this point, why not? Now I have almost a full inventory of loot. I'm out of my R heal, which is my instant cast one, and I know at this point that I'm going to rely upon very slow heals. The circle's moving over this way. I'm pretty close to it already, so it's not a big deal to me. This blue little bell and kind of wave over here you see going off, that's going to be one of the bells that spawn. With that bell, you can use that to extract, the same as one of those trees I was speaking about earlier that's a free extraction. These bells will spawn throughout the game. In the beginning, they will only drop, well, if you're in trios in the beginning, it'll only drop 1 bell. Middle of the game, they'll drop 2, and into the game, final circle drops 3 for your whole team. But since I'm playing solo, I only need 1. I can come over here, attack it. It's going to roll around, do a big dash, and hit the ground and slam you. So back out of that, come back in, kill it, loot it, and now you have the opportunity to go ahead and extract by pressing H. So at this point, you know, there's not really a lot of inventory for me. I already got some kills in. There's not really a point in me risking my entire inventory without any of my good R heals left. So I'll go ahead and extract. You just click on this and you get to exit and you go right back to your camp. And all the items that you just left the game now will be in your inventory, so you can put them in the stash. You can vendor them to the shop. You can put them on the auction house. Whatever you want to do, it's completely up to you. It's always good to have some gold, especially with health pots being not really expensive, but you know, if you run in and die a couple times, you can run through your gold really quickly. So it's always great to just auction house things or sell it to the shop if you don't necessarily need it for something. And yeah, that's basically the gist of it. There's not a whole lot more to it. You can do trios, like I said. It's a little bit more fun. You can create your own team comps, things like that. But otherwise, this is what you're going to be repeating. You're going to be killing other people, getting better gear from them, crafting your own gear, buying gear from an auction house, continuing that way till you have enough stuff to get into chaos. And once you get into chaos, you're going to be getting nothing but purples, blues, legendaries, all the good stuff. So it's great to come in here, maybe make a green set for you, keep a blue set ready to go, things like that. If you do get, you know, just destroyed in chaos one game, you have enough to go back in again. And if you run out of your green and blue gear sets, you have to go back to regular in order to even go back into chaos. So that's pretty much the gist of everything that you're doing. Now, I have a ton of fights that I had recorded and stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and just play those next. You'll see in a lot of these, my gear is just atrocious. I'm walking around right here in full grays, just trying to fight people and see what I can do against them. Trap down here low. I get a nice easy kill on this guy. Get the execute off. I see there's one more person. Back to the side. Go right back in and get the fight. Terrible place to be stopped in there with the Crow Storm just attacking me. So move back out. Get the combo done. Double kill. I'm going to go ahead and quit talking for the rest of this video. If you want to just watch this, go ahead, enjoy yourself. Right now I'm doing trios with 2 of my buddies. I'll have more solo play throughout this. A couple more trio games later on in Chaos where we're kind of farming great items, things like that, just to see how we play. But the gist of it is really what I was showing you earlier. My way of going around the map, getting my chest, getting my quest done, getting the best loot possible, getting out once I have all the loot that I need, and making sure that I'm successful in that run. But for the rest of the time, I'll put a little bit of music on and y'all can just enjoy the show. See some fights, see the PvP, see the other classes. Enjoy, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.
The pavement's glowing under my feet. The hard to breathe. Mirage ahead is like a dream, but this heat's bursting at the seams. The sun won't quit, it's got no shame. Melting faces calling names, sweat drips like tiny waterfalls, scorching skies and snow cold. It's so hot we could set the world on fire. Crowd screams louder, it's getting higher. Burning air makes the brave perspire. It's so hot we can set the world on fire. Even shadows got nowhere to run. Shade is lost in a war with the sun. Ice creams fall like fleeting hope. Can't escape this heat's tightrope. Feel the haze, it's wrapped around. The ground's alive, a boiling sound. No escaping laughs as you strain. Heat wave holds with its fiery chain. It's so hot we could set the world on fire. Crowd screams louder, it's getting higher. Burning air makes the brave perspire. It's so hot we can set the world on fire. Midnight's calling, heels on the floor. City lights flicker, I'm out the door. Heartbeats racing, right in the wind. Tonight's the night, let the rush begin. Neon signs pull me in, lost in the rhythm under my skin. Music loud, feel the heat, dancing wild down every street. We're going downtown under the lights, living it up, no sleep tonight. Hands in the air, hearts on fire. We burn it up, take it higher. Downtown where the beat don't stop, we own the night, we're on top. Downtown, feel the bass drop, don't slow down, don't ever stop. Downtown where the beat don't stop, we own the night, we're on top. Downtown, feel the bass drop, don't slow down, don't ever stop. whispers of the bold. Rain falls soft, a song from the clouds above. Nature's pulse beating loud, fierce with love. Hands reach out, finding worlds in the beat. Time dissolves with each motion of your feet. Electric surge sparks the roots of the veins. Tribal echoes breaking chains. Bass drops deep as the jungle comes alive. Voices call where the echoes always thrive. Harmonies soar like they're chasing the moon. Lose yourself in the primal nights too. Stars align as the rhythms intertwine. Every moment blurs the border of the line. From the earth to the sky, one remains. The wild dances through the veins. Left my name out by the waves, lost in the lights, in a dream we made. Barefoot dancing, hearts on fire. Now I'm chasing echoes through the wire. The sky was brighter on that side. We flew too close but felt so right. Now I'm watching shadows fill my room, wishing I could bring back the tune. Now I'm back to the gray, back to the noise, back to the same. But the light we lit still burns in my veins. I can't forget, I won't explain. I left a piece of me out there and brought the rhythm back to stay. Even if I'm back to the gray, I'm still alive in yesterday. But every beat inside my chest reminds me of the way we left. Photos fade but the feeling stays. I still see sparks in the strangest days. I might be here in body and name, but my soul still dances in the flame. Now I'm back to the ground.